Good day and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to continue watching me paint this kabuki inspired geisha, and we are also going to start talking about my tools because I kind of added that as an afterthought in my last video. So yeah, very being pro here. So the drawing monitor that I use is the XP Pen 22-inch Pro, not the Artist Pro, because the Artist Pro comes with buttons and I couldn't afford that at the time. It was like 50 or 60 bucks extra. And then I found out a couple of days later after I ordered it that I actually could have afforded it, and well, and so I just have to deal with the drawing monitor without the buttons. I didn't think I would need the buttons because I didn't use the buttons on the drawing tablet that I had before, which was a Wacom Intuos thing. I don't remember what it was actually called because I have no memory. The paint program that I'm using is not Photoshop, as those of you who watch the screen might notice. I'm using Clip Studio Paint. I was fawning a lot about Clip Studio Paint in the first half of this speed paint, so if you want to listen to me fawn about it, I suggest you go back and listen and watch that video. That reminds me I have to log in and get my daily rewards, because you get assets from daily rewards by logging in every day and being a paying member of the community, or at least I've paid for the software. In my last video I talked a bit about the fact that I do makeup and stuff on my Twitch stream, and that I was planning on doing geisha inspired makeup look on stream, and actually put on a kimono on stream, and I was planning to do that the day after I posted that video. That was yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday because after I had finished editing my first video and posted that on YouTube, I started editing the video that you're now watching, and for some reason I could not sleep that night. I fell asleep at 5 o'clock in the morning on the living room sofa because I didn't want to wake up anyone being in front of my computer at night and tossing and turning in bed. So I just at around 3 I kind of gave up on sleeping and just went down to the living room and surfed on TikTok and Instagram, and finally I fell asleep at around 5, and then I woke up again at 7 because then my family got up. Yes, I have a family. I have a husband and a daughter, a 6-year-old daughter, and then my husband got her to school. It's usually my job to get our daughter to school, but yeah, I just couldn't get her to school. I had like 2 hours of sleep and I was a zombie, and so I just kind of shuffled out to bed and I fell asleep again, and then I got up at around 11:30, and I felt just like, and I couldn't take my medication. As I mentioned, also I have ADHD and I'm on medication for it, and I think that the name of that type of medication in the United States is Adderall, and so I try not to take that when it's too late in the day because I would have trouble sleeping at night and I take it too late, or I can have, it's not 100%, but I just decided that I wanted to not take medication that day, so I was more sure to fall asleep at night, and I did. I got to bed and I just fell asleep, and I had a very nice sleep. I woke up this morning, I was very tired, but I did get up and I took my medication. I got my daughter to school, which was freaking cold. It was like -5 degrees centigrades. I'm not sure how much that is in Fahrenheit because the Fahrenheit, don't get me on a rant on the measuring systems you use in the United States. Just please don't, not today. Maybe another day. But so I got up and we walked to school, and it was 5 degrees centigrade, minus 5 degrees centigrade, and that is very, very, very cold. It extremely cold, especially since I live by the coast, so there's always a high humidity here, and high humidity when it is freezing temperatures, it bites you in the face. I remember I was in the east of the country many years ago for an event there, and it was like, I think it was 10 centigrade, like 10 below freezing in the centigrade system. That actually makes sense. And it was just incredibly cold, but it was fine in a way. And then I remember I got off the airplane here where I live on the west coast of Norway, and we had like minus 2 degrees centigrade, so still freaking cold. But because of our high air humidity, the cold was just biting my face. And a lot of people from other parts of the country where it is arguably colder, they say that it's worse here west because of the high humidity. But yeah, back to my story about why I didn't end up streaming yesterday, and that was when I got up at 11:30. It was kind of 30 minutes after I would normally start my stream, and if I'm gonna get into kimono, it takes a lot of prep. I have to make sure that the under kimono has the right collar on it. I have to find the kimono I'm planning to wear. I have to set up every piece of accessory that you need to wear a kimono. Maybe I should make another video about doing that at some point. Who knows? Not me. I'm silly. And so I hadn't prepared anything. I hadn't gotten out any of the accessory. I hadn't even tested how to set up my phone, because when I would do the part where I was to get into the kimono, I planned to use my phone and stream from my phone, because when I normally stream, I have a normal webcam, a Logitech webcam that everyone uses, or many people use. I don't use my phone normally for streaming because I need to have my phone at the ready, because as a mom, they might call me from school if something's up, and so I just find it easier to be able to use a normal webcam when I stream. But for the putting on the kimono thing, I would have to use my phone, just because the format of the camera would just make more sense. I could get dressed in my actual wardrobe where I have all of the stuff, and it would just be easier. Just trust me, it would be easier. But I didn't have anything set up to do the stream. I hadn't prepared the kimono or anything. I planned to do that before I did this stream. But I had absolutely no energy. I just felt like a zombie. I hadn't taken my meds. My depression decided to kick in, which didn't exactly help either. And so yesterday I decided to just sort of, all of my energy just went into purely existing. And most days, for those of you who have ever suffered from a depression, you know what I'm talking about. Like, some days, just existing, all you can do. It's all you have energy for. It's all you can do, and it's fine. It's fine. I used to feel more guilty about it, but not being able to do stuff, and it kind of fueled my depression even more. So the fact that more people have started talking about having depression, and the fact that you shouldn't feel guilty about not being able to be super effective when your depression is setting in, it has actually helped. We are pack animals. We do sort of get cues on how to behave from the people around us. So the fact that so many people have helped normalize having depression and taking some time to kind of just exist and do some stuff that you enjoy, that doesn't take a lot of energy from you. Like creating usually takes a lot of energy from me, so I'm just, if I can sketch a tiny bit while I'm in my depression, I'm happy. But to be honest, I was actually able to sketch a bit yesterday. I found some references to kind of draw from, so I can get even better at my art. And I also started on a drawing that I am recording, that I'm hoping I will have up on my channel at some point. It's basically me redrawing a very, very old drawing I did and actually posted on DeviantArt, because I actually had a DeviantArt back in the day. And so my plan is to kind of finish that drawing maybe today, maybe after I'm kind of done editing for today. I'm not sure when that will be. Maybe I will finish my voiceover now, maybe I'll finish my voiceover on another day. I do stuff as they come to me, because then I get more stuff done. If I have to sit down and grind in a way, then that's a very good chance that the stuff that I'm doing will never get finished. If I can drop it and come back to it when I'm starting to get tired of it, there's a bigger chance that I will come back to it, because too many times I've started on a project, I've started something, and I've kind of stuck with it for too long, like in one sitting, and I get so tired from it I never come back and pick it up. It's probably why I didn't continue with the speed builds in The Sims, because I just sat with it for too much. And it's also why I haven't come back to doing speed builds, because I play The Sims on my Twitch stream a lot, and so I'm just scared that I will burn out on playing The Sims, because that is my main game. That is most of the people in my stream come from my Sims gameplay. And so I was just scared that the burning out on The Sims, because I've seen other Sims streamers do that. They burn out on the game. And so many try to sort of do a bit of variety, like games in the same genre and stuff. But a lot of the other life simulation games, they don't interest me that much. I see people stream Animal Crossing. I do play Animal Crossing, and I really, really enjoy Animal Crossing. It's just that I don't have a screen capture card, like the Elgato capture card thing. I don't have that. I think it's cost around $200, so it's not terribly expensive. It's just that I don't want to spend a lot of money on things that I won't see a return on and that I don't actually need. And kind of the only game I play on the Switch is a bit of the Animal Crossing, because we can't actually find a Mario Kart, and I love Mario Kart, and we can't find that thing. We can't find Mario Kart. I might just end up buying another copy. I think I saw that it was on sale somewhere. Maybe the sale is over. Oh well, another day then. So, and another game that I see a lot of people in the community play is Stardew Valley, and I have to admit, I can kind of, I don't mind Stardew Valley. It's just that that's the type of game that would bore the bejesus out of me, because it just feels like a bit of a grind. It's the same reason why I don't actually do Sims gameplay. I just build in a Sims. And that is kind of, I have trouble keeping track of my own needs. I have executive dysfunction. Currently I have to go pee. God knows when I will actually go pee, because that would require me to actually get up from my chair and go into the bathroom that is just down the hall, and that is, yeah, it's a hassle. Just trust me, it's a hassle. And we're back after Premiere Pro decided to crash on me. So luckily I save often, so I didn't have to record a whole lot again, just a tiny bit. actually not the part that I would have to re-record would just be saying, and we're back, and then a swear word, because I tried to avoid swearing here on this channel because apparently it's a way to get demonetized. Not that I ever expect to get monetized, but yeah, like it's just I try not to swear too much because if I start, I swear like a sailor, because there are sailors in my family. Anywho, back to what we were actually talking about, burning out on The Sims. And since I as I said, I don't like to play a lot of the other kind of life simulation games, like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing and stuff like that, at least not on stream. I decided to, instead of doing those games, I would do makeup. So I do makeup on stream once a week. I really enjoy doing my makeup because it's honestly, I enjoy doing the makeup look, and then I get a lot of content from it because I can make content for TikTok in the makeup and costumes that I wear. I can take pictures for Instagram, and in some way I could, in theory at least, edit some of those VODs for YouTube. I'm probably not gonna do that unless I really need to, unless I'm desperate for content to post. So if I start posting edited VODs of my makeup on my channel, you know I was hard up for some content. Maybe I lost my inspiration for actually drawing, and so yeah, that's how you know. In the future, I also plan, but what I actually do plan to put on my YouTube is traditional art, because I actually do traditional art, and I got this very nice watercolor set for Christmas that I've been dying to test out, and so I might actually just do that just make a video out of it and post it on YouTube. I think that could be interesting. If that's something that you would be interested in watching, please let me know in the comments. Anything really about how to improve these videos, do let me know. I can't make good content unless I get feedback. So if you think I can improve on something, please let me know what I can improve on. Nobody can fix a problem they don't know exists. That's the bottom line. So please give me critiques, please give me feedbacks so I can get better at what I am doing. Also, for my Twitch stream, I mostly do Sims and the makeup, as I said, and I've also done a couple of art streams. I might do more of them in the future because I feel like my art has improved a lot this year. Basically because I did a lot more drawing, and one of the advice that I really took to heart was references. So now I have this whole big Pinterest board with 1,000 different types of photographs, and also drawings, just so I can get good references and get good input on how to do stuff. And very often when I sketch now, I will sketch after a picture. I will have the picture that I'm drawing from on one monitor, and I will constantly be looking up on that picture as I am drawing. So yeah, take it from me, kids. Do use references. They help. They have really helped me this I say this year, I just realized it was last year, because sitting inside, being at my desk, having access to all of my drawing equipment just meant that instead of just doodling in the margins of my notebooks at work, I would actually be working on a proper drawing. Let's say I was in a meeting and I would, like normally I would just doodle a bit, because just being in a meeting, I can concentrate good on what is being said in the meeting and I can give input, but I would have to do something with my hands because I have hyperactivity. It's part of my ADHD. I have hyperactivity, but instead of just bouncing around, I need to constantly be doing something with my fingers. As I am recording, if you ever hear kind of paper and kind of the sound of paper in the background, it's basically me doing origami, because I like the small kind of Lucky Star origamis. Or just like right now, I'm not doing the star origami, I'm just kind of fiddling with my ring basically, because I need to constantly be doing something with my hands, and so I would doodle. And since I am at home and nobody can see me, we started out doing cameras at work, but it just took too much bandwidth, so we just ended up doing microphones instead with the occasional camera use. And so nobody could see me, I can just sit there and doodle. Instead of doodling, I could work on a proper piece as I was talking and listening to my coworkers. So, and I could have up a reference so I could get better at my art and my drawings. I might do, when we get closer to when I picked up art properly again last year, I might actually do some redrawing just to show how much I improved the last year, just with proper practice and listening to the advice of more skilled artists and more experienced artists. Because I have been drawing for many years. I've been drawing for as long as I can remember, but for many years I didn't get better. I saw very little improvement in my art, but last year I have, and that's been one of the more positive things about 2020 was the fact that I actually got better at my art. Another good thing was that I managed to get friends. I am bad at the whole friend thing. The reason being, I have rejection sensitivity. So like one of the things that I feel is not talked a lot about when you have ADHD is the lack of emotional control. So every emotion I don't get like mildly disappointed or mildly happy. I will either get hugely disappointed or hugely happy. And so when someone rejects me in some way, shape or form, that will just be devastating to me. And one of the reasons why I struggle with getting friends is that I fear getting rejected, so I will have trouble expressing to someone that I do enjoy their company and I want to hang out and stuff. And one of the other things that often happen is that if I don't feel included, I will kind of stay a bit away because I don't want to be seen as a bother or be annoying, and a lot of people will take that as a sign that I don't like them, when the truth is that I really do enjoy them, I really do enjoy their company, but I get scared of anything really and I just pull back. But getting the ADHD diagnosis really helped figuring that stuff out, so now I have gotten a lot better. So what happened also this year is I started hanging out with people that whose company I really enjoyed, and I told them I have ADHD, I suffer from rejection sensitivity, I have problems with my emotional regulation. So if I never ask you to hang out, it's not that I don't like you, it's because I am scared I will seen as a nuisance and I will basically just not contact you or ask you to hang out because I just assume that I am a bit annoying and nobody wants to hang out. And that is it. That is so at the age of 35, because yes, I am an old lady, I have very few friends because I just assume that I'm annoying and nobody wants to hang out. So I have a real trouble initiating friendships and keeping friendships but yeah, just saying stuff like I really enjoy hanging out with you and stuff like that, it helped. So I have actually gotten more friends this year, people that I talk to almost daily. And it's so nice. It's so nice to have friends. So if any of my friends that I got like back in 2020 is listening to this, know that I don't think you actually understand how much I appreciate having you and being able to talk to you. It feels really nice. Thank you. And so they treated me like an outsider. I don't know. Since I was kind of ghosted and there wasn't a fight or anything specific happening, I can't say for sure if I was actually ghosted because they didn't want to hang out, or that something that I had said or done that I didn't register and can't remember happened. Who knows? Well, somebody do in this case. They do. No. I kind of miss them in a strange way, but I'm not sure if they ever reached out that I would want to reconnect, because I would have trouble trusting them again. Trusting that I wasn't being ghosted or I wasn't being annoying, and yeah. Wow, that got deep. That's what happens when I just start talking without a plan or a script or anything. I just go all over the place. So far this video, because I kind of do the editing as I go along, so I will record for a while and then I will stop recording, especially if I kind of run out of things to say, or if I totally lose my train of thought. I will go back, I will listen, I will cut out about 1 million but and so on kind of things that I make and annoying sounds, and so I can kind of keep general idea of what I've been talking about so far in the video, and I'm trying to kind of keep a theme up, but since I'm so all over the place, it's kind of hard to do. I wonder if anyone makes this sort of video. It's actually actually doubt it, but if anyone who makes these sort of videos is watching, how do you do voice recording like the voiceover? Do you have a proper plan? I've seen some videos like that the last few days to just get an idea of how it's done, and sometimes I get the distinct feeling that they have a script, and sometimes I get the feeling that they have notes and they're basically reading off of notes, which is perfectly fine. Of course it's fine. But I am genuinely curious, like how many have notes, how many have a script, and how many have an idea of what they want to talk about and then just start talking. That would be interesting to know a bit about. And if you have anyone you want to recommend to me that is this sort of channel, this sort of content, please link them to me, because I'm genuinely curious to see how other people do this. I try not to copy anyone. It's kind of why I have this tendency to just jump in when I hear about something that I want to do. I just jump in. I don't do a lot of research, because I kind of want to kind of follow my instinct on how I would do it, and then I start doing a bit of research to see how other people do it. Not necessarily to change my content, but just to sort of tweak it a bit. Like, how do other people do this? How do they talk? What do they talk about? How do they do the speed paint? Because I found that you can actually do like a speed paint recording thing in Clip Studio Paint. You just have to remember to turn it on when I start a new piece. They kind of tend to be very short, like 30 seconds to a minute. I have one that I did that I might get a bit more minutes out of. I might post that, I might not. We will see. I'm still still kind of, as I've said a billion times now, I'm still kind of figuring out the format of how I'm going to do this. And I'm still sort of, yeah, I'm still kind of figuring out my format. I know a lot of people are doing story times, and I've asked if you are interested in hearing story times. I think you are, because those kind of videos are pretty popular, so I am planning to do story times. I just have to kind of figure out what stories to actually tell. A lot of my stories are not sort of they tend to be more like the kind of story that would be fun to hear at around 1 a.m. at a bar somewhere after the X number of alcohol in both me as the storyteller and my audience as the people who are listening to it. Everything tends to be funnier when a bit inebriated, even if they're not actually funny or good. So you are warned, if there is anyone of not legal age listening to this, you have been warned. Alcohol and other substances might not actually make you more funny. It's just that the people around you have also a tendency to be in the same state as you, and then everything gets more funny. Just saying. Well, I can say that at least as for what kind of stories you want to hear, I can tell you that I'm married. I have traveled a few times. I have my 6-year-old daughter that I probably soon have to go and pick up from school. I have worked in the IT industry. Well, maybe I should mention that I'm female. I think a lot of you just assume that I'm female, but I can just say now I am female. I answer to she, her, and they, them pronouns. I don't mind they, them. To be completely honest, I have experienced people using he, him pronouns on me because they thought I was male. And the few times that happened, I really didn't mind. Probably because I wasn't presenting very female on that occasion. I was more non-binary presenting, if that's a thing I can say. So yeah, she, her, they, them, it's fine. And if you think I'm male, just go with he, him. I really don't care much. Which is nice. One of the few things about me that I actually kind of think it's nice, and I don't have a problem with. Oh god, it would be nice to be more confident and have more belief in myself, but alas, it was not for me. Maybe I should get therapy. I should probably get therapy. But for now, doing the stuff I love, being surrounded by people that I love, makes me get out of bed every day, and that is at least something. We are kind of getting to the end of this speed paint. As you can see, I am now in the sort of finishing stages of doing the coloring of this piece. I have to say I don't hate this piece, which is rare for me. I usually finish them and then I go but not this one. Not like a lot of my pieces this year I have actually not hated, and I think it's because I have finished them. I have stuck it out and I have actually finished them, and that has helped a lot. And I think that is a sort of trick, really, that like a lot of art and a lot of whatever you enjoy making, a lot of it will not look fantastic halfway through. Like when you put on makeup, it's not going to look fantastic halfway through. And so just try and stick with it. Just try and sort of work on it a bit more. And I think it was Dave Greco I got this advice from. Just concentrate on a piece that you like. Do something with a piece that you genuinely enjoy doing, and then there is a better chance that of you actually sticking with it, finishing it, doing the tweaks that is necessary to actually enjoy the piece, to actually finish the piece, to actually post the piece. I have a lot of, I'm gonna stop saying that word now, but I have a lot of artwork that I've never posted anywhere because even though I finished it, I didn't like it. It's like something about it was off and I couldn't put my finger on it, and I was kind of tired of working on it, and I never posted it. So try and finish a few pieces, try and work on the part of it that you enjoy, and that is genuinely what I've been doing the last few months. And so I have been able to produce better art. So that's the only piece of advice I can give, because I'm not very good at the whole advice giving thing. I kind of wish I was better at giving advice, sharing my life experiences. At least some good would come out of all the stupid stuff I've done if I can warn people off making the same mistakes I did, or just get someone on the more right track earlier than I did. Because I am 35 and I still don't really feel like I have my shit together. And I have a family, I have a job, I have a house, and I still feel like I don't have everything together. Not sure if that will ever come. Maybe it won't. And some days I worry about not having my shit together ever. But most days I don't, because my grandmother used to say something to me when I was growing up, and that was, it doesn't really matter if you are beautiful, it doesn't matter if you're smart, it doesn't matter if you're stupid. None of these things actually matter. What does matter is being a good person. So as long as you try and be a good person, as long as you try to help your fellow man or woman or non-binary or whatever, your fellow living creature as best as you can, that's enough. If you can do that, congratulations. You succeeded at life. And with that, I think we can wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna record some more stuff this week. I'm gonna edit some more stuff, but I'm not sure when my next video will be up. So until then, thank you, take care, stay safe, and have a wonderful day.